The Healing Letters Project is about writing letters of reconciliation to your family, friends, or loved ones. It's about making amends with the people in your life who you've hurt or those who've hurt you. It's about writing letters to say, I'm sorry, will you forgive me? Or to say, I love you and I forgive you. I wrote letters of reconciliation to my 7 brothers and sisters. I decided to make amends with them and forgive them for any past hurt or offense they caused me, and also to ask their forgiveness for any hurt or pain I may have caused them. And the response I got was overwhelming joy. My brother was the first person to call me, and he said, when I received the letter, I thought it was money, but it turned out to be something better. And we laughed hysterically, and there was some crying also. He was just very moved. I found that my siblings, they were just very moved that I took the time to say thank you, to say I love you, to say I forgive you, to say will you forgive me. And I think this process was very important because it's important to mend relationships, and it's important to keep in touch with family and friends. So I was very pleased with the results, and I'm very happy that it was something that I did. And I would just encourage anyone who needs to mend relationships and who are estranged from their family, I would encourage them to do this. I think that they will find it's a very rewarding and enriching experience, and I'm so glad that I did it. And my siblings were very pleased also. And it's just very important. You never know what someone else is thinking. What may be important to you may also be important to them, and sometimes they're just waiting on you to take the first step. And you can read about the details of my letter and my experience if you go to my website at www.thehealinglettersproject.com. From a biblical perspective, we are commanded to forgive others. The Bible says that we are to forgive those who transgress against us, and God will forgive us for our transgressions. So we can't ask God for something that we're unwilling to give. Now, how does that translate into everyday life? Well, from a practical perspective, forgiveness heals. When someone hurts us, it is difficult to get over the pain. It's hard, but holding on to pain, resentment, or grudges never enriched anyone's life in any way. An unforgiving heart is a very heavy heart, so we can release that burden by forgiving. If we hurt someone, it's important for us to ask for forgiveness because we have to take responsibility for our actions. No one's perfect, so if a relationship is broken, oftentimes we find that we played a role in breaking it. And you can't mend broken relationships if you're in denial about what you've done. So it's important to say, I'm sorry, will you forgive me? If someone is thinking this is too hard, I can't do this, I would say to that person, I understand and I feel your pain. Saying I'm sorry for what you've done is very difficult. Forgiving others for what they've done is also very difficult. When I wrote my letters of reconciliation, it was hard to say, I'm sorry, will you forgive me? But what I will say to anyone who thinks that they can't do it, you can. Forgiveness heals. And one thing you need to keep in mind is that this is a process. Forgiveness takes time. It takes time to mend relationships. And forgiveness is for your benefit. So it's important that we forgive, that we ask for forgiveness, and that we move on. Anyone who needs to ask for forgiveness can benefit from this project. And anyone who needs to forgive someone for hurting them can also benefit from this project. So it doesn't matter if your problem is very small or really big. If you need forgiveness and you need to be forgiven, then you can benefit from this project. If you're interested in writing a letter of reconciliation and you're not sure where to start, go to my website at www.thehealinglettersproject.com. You'll find details about the project, recommendations on what you can include in your letter, and other people will also be sharing their letters and their experiences. You can also find us on Facebook. Just look up the Healing Letters Project.